When you think of the term barbarian, you usually imagine some oiled up, muscle bound dudes. But today's gender equality feature shows they can also include bouncy, bodacious babes. Welcome back to the basement, my belligerent buddies, your faithful dungeon master doling out the dastardly details. Today we tackle 1985's Barbarian Queen. A sword and sandal sensation that's super if you prefer your D&D with a little TNA. So let's check in with Abraxas for those polluted particulars in the sleaze docket.
We have 31 dead bodies, 8 cups blood, 46 naked breasts, 8 naked butts, 4 naked bajingos, gratuitous sexual assault, gratuitous sword clankery, gratuitous weapon bashery, gratuitous ADR, gorgeous hair in every shot cliché, kid is the only one skilled enough for the task cliché, harassing merchant cliché, areola finger painting, assisted bridal bathing, spooky campfire mythology, severed head fishing, wet torture session, 2 festive orgies, 1 festive orgy buffet, arrow to the forehead, arrow to the chest, dagger to the kidney, 2 swords to the guts, sword through the throat, knife to the throat, 4 slashed throats, sword impaled ass, sword slashed belly, 2 indeterminate stomach stabs, 1 bitten cheek, 1 snapped neck, 1 acid bath, and 1 Kegel crushed penis.
Barbarian Queen is a very simple concept. Hot women kick a lot of ass and frequently get naked during their quest to rescue the captured prince. For some people, that's literally all you need to know. People like me, for example. But for everyone else, here's the skinny. Our movie begins with Amathea preparing for her wedding day as she's marrying Prince Argon. Her sister, Taramis, heads down to the river to pick more flowers and is attacked by some lecherous fiends. Turns out they're part of a nearby kingdom who is attacking the local villages. And it just so happens Amathea's village is next on the hit list. And anyone who doesn't look like a Playboy centerfold is killed or taken prisoner. Now, since they mistakenly believe that everything they loved is either dead or burning, Amathea and her 2 friends decide that all they have left is to take their revenge on their attackers. Soon after setting off, they find Taramis is still alive, though she's had a pretty horrible time during her captivity. Eventually, they meet a resistance group who works against Eriker, the leader of the attacking kingdom. During a scouting trip, they discover that Prince Argon is still alive, being forced to fight in the gladiatorial pits. He's able to convince his fellow gladiators to join up with the attack, even in spite of the regular orgies they are rewarded with. And all 3 groups eventually kill Eriker and take over his kingdom, and everyone lives happily ever after. It's not a complicated story, but thankfully we see some skin at almost any opportunity to do so. Some of the highlights include basically every woman having her top forcefully ripped open when captured, Taramis's wedding bath, the gladiatorial orgy, Eriker's personal bed warmer being aggressively replaced, Taramis's trip to the torture dungeon, the flesh parade to the second gladiatorial orgy, as well as the second gladiatorial orgy itself. As for the non-nude content, the swordplay is serviceable, but not very convincing. Camera work is a little better than I expected. The acting is not exactly terrible, but a lot of the English dubbing certainly is. It is what it is. A simple movie where we get to see hot women kick ass and occasionally they get naked. Though I'm giving extra bonus points for the Chris Farley looking dungeon interrogator who made me laugh every time he was on screen.
Young lady, what do you want to do with your life?
I want to live in a van down by the river.
Well, you'll have plenty of time to live in a van down by the river when you're living in a van down by the river.
And then there's the whole death by snoo-snoo sequence where Taramis dispatches the torturer by Kegel crushing his penis and then tossing his gimped ass into a pool of acid.
Wait. Wait. Stop squeezing. Too tight.
Bring my hands.
I will. I will. You can let me go now.
Can I?
Bravo, movie. Bravo. Admittedly, it's a little hard for me to judge this one because I'm not exactly a big fan of sword and sandal movies, especially ones like Barbarian Queen that don't have any magic or mythical creatures. I enjoyed it while it lasted, but that's definitely helped by its 72-minute runtime that doesn't have the option to screw around. It gives us what we're here for and isn't crammed with filler. So I will give it a medium strength recommendation, just so long as you all remember what this one is. Hot, sexy ladies kicking ass and spending a lot of time exposed. If anything, it's given me a little motivation to try and find some more trashy barbarian films. Seems like Roger Corman made a bunch of these in the 80s alone, and this one isn't as highly rated as others. So I've got a little homework to do. And with that silly story shelved, it's time to sheath our swords and look forward to the next dirty ditty. And until that day darkens your doorstep, this is your body-barred Sugarpants. See you in your dreams.
I'll be no man's slave and no man's whore. And if I can't kill them all by the gods, they'll know I've tried.